Parents, teachers, teachers and pupils on the Otago Peninsula hit the streets today to protest changes to bus routes. They say route changes made by the council last year have resulted in pupils having to grapple with long walks, busy roads and nonsensical and dangerous drop-off points. This morning, more than 40 staff and families from Tahuna Intermediate gathered at the bus stop on one of Dunedin's busiest streets and together walked the almost 2k to the school. Our Otago Southland reporter Timothy Brown went along with them.
As far as protests go, this is one of the most smile-filled you'll find. And while this group carried school bags rather than placards, they still want their message to be heard.
What's your message to the council?
We should keep the bus, that we don't have to walk because it's pretty unsafe for everyone.
That's 12-year-old Hazel McDermott from McAndrew Bay on Otago Peninsula, a Tahuna Intermediate pupil who is unhappy at changes the Otago Regional Council has made to her bus route.
Did you ever use the old bus route when it existed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used it almost every day, most of the time.
And how different is this one?
It's quite a long walk compared to, because the other bus used to drop us right outside school, but this one drops us all the way at McDonald's, so we have to walk.
That walk is 1.7 kilometres down one of Dunedin's busiest stretches of road during the commuter rush, crossing 5 intersections, only one of which is controlled by lights. Ironically, today the bus didn't even get to the stop on time to allow children to make the walk before school begins, a delay that reportedly isn't uncommon. Hazel's parents are unhappy about the situation, and they're not alone. Several parents joined this morning's protest to vent their frustrations. Among them was Jason Graham.
You're talking here about children who are 11 and 12 years old going to Tahuna, and I've watched my son and a couple of others try to cross the road by themselves, and they aren't quite that aware of traffic that an adult would be, and it really is quite a concern.
Jason Graham says they have suggested alternatives to the council, which would involve slight changes to the timetable and minor detours. However, so far they have had no concessions. Tahuna Intermediate's principal, Tony Hunter, fears the worst if change doesn't come.
All the parents that I've spoken to do have concerns for safety. Obviously their children would be doing it independently, which is good for them to be responsible and independent, but a large group of people crossing all those roads and at the busiest time of the day, yeah, it is dangerous, potentially very dangerous.
And it's not just the intermediate pupils who are affected, but students at King's High School, Queen's High School and Bayfield High School, more than 120 children all up. Tony Hunter says 3 schools have organised their own bus service, but they can't continue to pay for that, and from next term the public bus will be the only option. In Dunedin, for Checkpoint, Timothy Brown.
The Otago Regional Council says it's looking at what it can do about the safety issues raised this morning. Otago Regional Transport Committee Chairperson Trevor Kempton told RNZ the council understands the concerns of the people on the peninsula and staff are doing their best to minimise their difficulties, including looking at new bus timetables. He says the specific safety issues raised this morning are being looked at in conjunction with the Dunedin City Council. We will update you on any developments on that.